There is yet another high-rise coming to West Lafayette. Chauncey Hill Mall was all the rage, all the talk for such a long time about redevelopment, and that project finally got underway earlier this yehad I believe they're vertical at this point. They certainly have the cranes up there. I haven't driven right by the site recently. But there is the strip across from the old Chauncey Hill Mall called the Chauncey Hill Annex that had that same architectural finish that Chauncey Hill Mall did. And there is a new building that is going to go up there. LV Collective, who's an Austin, Texas-based company, which is building the Rambler down on the levee, has announced a new $250 million, that is their $250 million project. They're going to build a new project on the old Chauncey Hill Annex that's going to include 290 units with a total of 816 beds. And there will also be about 5,500 square feet of retail space down on the first floor and a parking garage. This is surrounded by State Street, Chauncey, South Street, and an alley. The first hearing is probably going to go before area plan on August 20th, which means West Lafayette could be voting on it as soon as September. And I think that there's probably no doubt in my mind that this will go ahead. After the first couple of high-rises went up, West Lafayette took a little pause on building high-rises to evaluate and make sure of what is up to your discretion, what you thought that what was, but they not only came off the brakes, they hit the gas, and there were just buildings and high-rises going up like crazy in the area. And I don't think that there's any doubt that this plan would go forward. I don't think that the developer will have gotten this deep into it without consulting with the city and with area plans. So it's interesting to see how many new beds are going to be going up in total. I read somewhere there was something along the lines of 8,000 new beds going up between all of these projects. I don't know that number is true. I don't know if that's the actual number. I need to go back and do some work on figuring that out, but you do wonder at one point if there's going to be a swing. The pendulum swings on all things, like from one end, not nearly enough housing to a glut too much of housing, but then it will swing back towards equilibrium at some point. I'm not saying that it's going to be too much. Maybe it will be just what we need, but there's a lot of development going on, so that is another new development coming to the West Lafayette area. Well, not just to the West Lafayette area, to West Lafayette.